Oh, I enjoy writing on Plop as well, and mine's Midnight Royal Part One. So Part Two, I'm hoping it'll be out by the end of the month. As I said, I did have that um, Wi-Fi trouble for a little while, so I wasn't able to write for a little bit because I had Wi-Fi problems. And for those of you that saw my Instagram story, it wasn't just that,
Yeah.
but we did have some troubles. Oh, we got you back. It was glitching a little bit.
Oh gosh, no.
Yeah. Oh, I have the. I just had the little thing that says your internet's unstable. I'm like, it's not me. I swear.
No.
No.
And I've
Just
got
for.
internet. Yeah.
I know I do too. For any of you listening, um, before this one was recorded, Amy and I tried like 3 times, and every single time Zoom would crash on us.
It
Every
was
single time.
so fun.
It was fun, but it was frustrating because we would just get into
It
the
was.
interview and it would
I
crash. And
mean,
we're like,
I was kind of drunk at this point, so I was just like,
you were.
loving life, and you're there so frustrated, I'm there just laughing at everything. I couldn't
I
be
know.
bothered with big help.
I know you're just like laddie daddy da. I have no problem with this. I'm like, meanwhile, I'm like, okay, if it crashes one more time, we'll move.
It's like you paused, but I continued talking for a good 5 minutes before I realized you had paused. So I was just
And I didn't
chatting.
pause. And I tried, and I even wrote on the chat that Zoom has. I was like, just so you know, it crashed, and I wrote you on the phone saying it crashed, but because it was my internet and that was acting up, which it's still not fixed yet. That what I know of, but it will get fixed by a time later again, but I'm on a
Okay,
stable internet.
Thursday.
I'm on a stable connection right now, so we're good. Oh, but that was great. We tried like 3 times, and every single time we would just get into it, and it would crash. Or we're like, I think the one time we weren't even on it for 5 minutes, and it crashed.
Yeah,
That one
it
was a
was a
tick off,
struggle, but this has been good. Like we've had no issues.
which is great. I'm hoping it stays that way.
Me too.
So, just to give to everybody an update again, the critters are not in the house right now. I put them all outside because Scarlett came home. So they're all outside with her right now. So,
I'm gonna miss that pig.
oh, don't worry, he will be back. I did tell her if she comes in, comes back in, just to let me know. But we'll probably hear oinking at some point because she's just doing a little bit there. Um, so we talked about your stories, but and I know this is hard um, being as an author myself. But do you have a favorite character to write? If so, who is it? And do you not have a favorite character to write? And if so, who is that character as well?
So my favorite character of all time is Adam. I think he is so complex as a character, and I enjoy writing evilness, but I also enjoy writing redemption stories. So he was kind of the perfect character to do that for, because you have to really get to know him to understand why he is the way he is. And his character development was so complex, and I had to make sure I was doing it like respectfully. And yeah, he was an incredible character to write, and I started to love him the more I started to write him. And then that's when I was like, I need to redeem this character somehow. And yeah, he was just so challenging. And actually, a funny story about Adam is that I was writing Melrose as I usually would, but I had the flu when I
Oh
was writing it.
no.
And when I get the flu, I sometimes hallucinate.
Oh really?
And during an hallucination, I wrote down that Adam is bisexual. And then when I came out of the whole state, I read it. I was like, oh, that's good. And that's why Adam was bisexual, because I had done something while in a really weird, at a really high temperature. I went into this whole kind of weird state. And it kind of just wrote the story for me, which was
Mm-hmm.
very strange. It's never happened since. And that's the reason why I decided to make the character bisexual, is because I was high as a kite on painkillers and had a hallucination at a really high temperature. And yeah, a lot of people, I don't really tell people that because it sounds a bit weird, but yeah, he is my favorite character, always will be. I can do so much with him. And yeah, however, least favorite character, I didn't enjoy writing Alec in the second Melrose. just
Oh.
because he was being a bit of a douche. Sorry.
Oh, we've passed that line. You're good now. We're
Sorry for
good.
swearing. Because he was being a bit of a crybaby, and while his actions were totally and completely understandable and rightly so, he should have been acting that way, it
Mhm.
felt so out of character for him. And I know it was me, I was the one doing it, I was the one writing it, but
Mhm.
I hated Alec for a good few months when I was writing him that way, because he was very like dismissive, and he didn't understand why Robbie wanted Adam in her life because they have a son together, and
Mhm.
he took his anger out on Freya, Adam's daughter, and he was awful to Freya. But I was like, you kind of have to see all sides to the story. So
Yeah.
you have to see Alec's anger and hatred towards Adam. So I was like, I gotta write him like this. But when I was writing him like this, I thought, this is not Alec. People are starting to really hate Alec, and that's the only time I've ever really hated writing a character, is when I had to do that. So when it comes to writing a story, if there's a character I hate,
Mhm.
I will cut them out of the story, because I can't be writing characters I don't connect with.
Mhm.
But Alec is the only character I've really not liked writing. I enjoy writing all characters, especially if they are complex. But if they're just being like awful and there's
Mhm.
really no reason for them to be awful, then I don't like it. But it had to be done.
Okay. Well, and as I said, that's the same with um my characters as well in my story. You have the ones that you like love writing, and then you have
Yeah.
the other ones you're like, I gotta write him, but I don't like it. I think for one of mine, I don't think the one I like writing right now, and I have to think on this. I really have to think because I have a lot of characters I like, and then a lot of characters I'm like that I enjoy writing, and then I have the ones I'm kind of like, eh. The one I don't like writing right now, I think it was and I said it was because it's not anymore, but it was Winter Storm in the beginning for Behind the Hood season 1 because of how I was writing him and Vivian, since they're both the characters, like the people are based off of authors. I didn't want people to think that the authors were like that.
Right.
So I made it very clear, even when I posted, that I said they gave me their character details. I have permission to use it. As for the characters, if and I even told them both when it was for Winter Storm, which was Saul, who was a part of the episode community, and Vivian Moore, who is still a part of the community. I told them both, I'm like, if there's anything you don't like what your character that they say or do, I said, let me know. And they actually liked that I was writing them as villains, and they were very like okay with it. I'm like,
Yeah,
you're
it's very
okay with
risky
this?
doing that.
Yeah, it was risky
It's
doing it,
risky putting your
but
friends in your stories.
yeah, it was risky. But I honestly, I even tell them when I